Hey everybody, it's Christy. Welcome to my channel. And this channel is all about money and mindset. And so it's the intentional focus on those two things to decrease stress and increase joy and happiness in our lives. And today is Sunday, which means it is meal planning day in my household. Now, this is something that has made a significant difference in my budget and my spending on a monthly basis. Now, I'm still pretty new to budgeting, but I have two different categories for food. So I have grocery and I have eating out. And obviously those two things are correlated because the less that I am spending on groceries or having food available here at home, the more likely I am to go out and order or grab something out to eat. So that's a couple of categories that I knew I was significantly overspending on a regular basis. And I have pretty much, I'd say, my entire adult life since I moved out and started living on my own. And it's been way out of control for a long time. And I decided to very intentionally start meal planning and start cooking more at home. And I did my January closeout for my January budget, and I was shocked, really, at the difference that made between even December and January. So I started kind of playing around with meal planning back in December, but in January, every month of January, I've been meal planning every Sunday and grocery shopping based on, that meal plan. And the difference, like I said, is shocking. So in December, and granted that was a holiday month, so I could be given a little bit of leeway because, holidays kind of spin us around and our schedules and time is short and all of those things. But I spent $628 between those two categories, groceries and eating out, in December. Now, bear in mind that in my household, I have myself and I have my son, who is 3. So when I kind of joke with my, saying meal planning for 1.5, well, that's why my son just doesn't eat a lot. Eats like a bird most days. So it's really just food for me and I'm accounting for. $628 for one person, 1.5 is a lot. Now in January, since I went all in on meal planning, that, like I said, has changed quite a bit. So I spent $313 on groceries and I spent just $60 on eating out. So the difference between December and January was about $150. Crazy. So of course, this is something that I'm going to continue doing, and not just because of the significant savings in my budget, but because I'm figuring out that I actually kind of do like cooking. I never in my mind thought that I was someone who would enjoy cooking, but it is something that, as I've been using my Instapot more often, I've been looking at different YouTube videos for things like one sheet pan dinners, things that are really easy but still really healthy and produce leftovers, which you'll see is kind of a key component of my meal plan. It's been really great. So I am going to continue to do that moving into February. I'm going to show you my meal plan here in just a minute, but a couple of things that I want to call out. So I know very definitely that if I shopped somewhere else for my groceries, I could probably bring those numbers down even more. I grocery shop at the Target that is close by to me. And there are a couple of reasons. I usually am shopping for household items, things, like toilet paper and paper towels and things like that. And I can pick those up at Target, in addition to things like, other personal things that I might need, or if I need to pick up something like clothing wise for my son or something like that, like he upgraded on his underwear, so I needed to pick up some of those. In any case, I can pretty much find whatever I need at Target and I don't have to go anywhere else. So I pay a convenience upcharge on that, and I know that. There is an Aldi that is not too far away from me. There is a Walmart that is not too far away from me. And at some point in time, I definitely do want to just do a little comparison shopping and see, how much cheaper that can be for me. But right now, I am okay paying a little bit more to shop from Target. The other thing is I use the Target debit red card, And so I don't clip coupons. Like, that just is something my brain cannot wrap itself around, doing any of those types of couponing things. And so by using the Target Red debit card, I do get 5% off of my purchase, and that's 5% off of anything, including sale items. So that is worth it to me to shop at Target. So why don't we go ahead and we will flip things over and take a look at my meal plan. And I'm gonna just say apologies in advance. I do not have a cool little system for being able to photograph on a desk or a table. So I am holding my camera. There might be a little bit of shakiness, just bear with me. And we will flip to that, and then I will be back right after that. Okay, so here is my weekly menu for this week, and it starts tomorrow, February 1st. You can see here. So this is a free download that I received from the Budget Mom by signing up for her free resource library. And this is what I use every week in doing my meal planning. And you can see here along the sides, I mark the days that I have my son. So I know that on those nights, I need to plan things that are a little bit more kid friendly in terms of my recipes. Now, the first thing you will notice is that I do not have breakfast listed here, and this is really for me, of course, when my son is with me. I do give him a little snack before he heads to daycare, but he has breakfast at daycare, so I don't worry about that. And then I am doing intermittent fasting, so I don't actually eat lunch or eat anything other than having some coffee until noon. So that's why you don't see anything here Monday through Friday in terms of the breakfast column. I have really just embraced the idea of leftovers. So you can see here, what I usually try to do is make sure that for every meal where I'm making dinner, I have leftovers, and usually I have 2 to 3 days left of leftovers that I can use for my lunches. So you can see here, this is what I planned before I went to the store. I have this fun recipe that I found for calzones that my son likes to make with me. So I had calzones with fruit and salad. Another thing that works really well for him is doing breakfast for dinner. So usually at least once during the week when I have him, I do a breakfast for dinner. So that's like eggs, toast, that kind of thing. Something real easy, and he'll eat all of that. And then these nights that I don't have him, so I have a really late meeting that night. I actually have a conference call with Japan that night. So I wanted to make something really easy for me. And then I found this recipe. It's a one-sheet recipe a couple weeks ago for some chicken parm and zoodles. And then I give myself one night that we can eat out, and usually that's Friday night. So across all of this, I made sure to go back and look in my pantry to make sure I saw, what I had already, and that's what really helped me plan all of this. So that's how I made, of course, my grocery list that I ended up going to Target with. And there are some household things on here as well that definitely added to the overall cost. So that's my grocery list. And unfortunately, for this meal right here, I am ultimately having to swap that out for a pizza because they didn't have pizza dough, the pre-made pizza dough. So I ended up having to buy something a little different. We're going to make pizzas tomorrow night, so that's kind of a bummer, but oh well. But everything else got on my list, and what that ultimately ended up being, you can see here's my Target receipt. So again, I shop at Target because I have the Target Red debit card, and I get 5% off. I don't have to worry about coupon clipping or anything like that, and that makes me very happy. So in terms of all of the things that I bought at Target, and these are just the things on my list, with the exception of that pizza dough, which I had to sub out for something different, my total ended up being $68.29. Got that red card savings, and then so my total grocery bill this week is $66.73, which makes me very happy, well under the $100 budget that I have for groceries. And the reason that this is a little bit higher than it normally is because I do have some household things on here like toilet paper and paper towels. And then I did buy these fun little nail gel things that I have already put on. So I'm going to take out of one of my cash envelopes, and I'm going to put that back in here. So really, my food costs was closer to like 50 bucks, which I'm very, very happy with that. So that's a little look at overall my weekly menu for this week, my grocery list, outside of what I already had in my pantry, and then the receipt for how much all of this actually cost for me and my son. Okay, so hopefully the camera didn't drive you crazy and you stuck with me. So if you did, I appreciate it. There is one thing that I forgot to mention when I was showing you my receipts, because I have another receipt here from Target, and that is because another reason that it is easy and convenient for me to shop at Target is because one-stop shop, I can also buy my adult beverages at Target. So I cleaned my my cabinet out in terms of over December and January. So I did want to pick up a couple of things. I spent another $13.50 on a bottle of vodka and a couple of tonics. So I enjoy a good vodka tonic on occasion at night. So that would be in addition. I do include adult beverages that I purchase in my grocery budget. So that is something that would be added to that. So say estimated I spent about $63 on this trip. I have a budget over this paycheck of $200 for groceries. So far I have spent $63. I am very happy with that. Really, really excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead for places where I have recipes in my meal plan. And the one thing, I did talk about the fact that I do try to do more kid-friendly type recipes when my son is with me. There was one that we did in January. It's the Instant Pot macaroni and cheese, and we're gonna be making that again next Saturday night. He loved that, and so he's a big mac and cheese kid. So I will definitely, where I have a recipe, I will add that to the description below in case you would like to try out any of those things. And then the last thing I would say is, all of these receipts, I do keep these not only to log these into my my expense tracker, but I also use these on Fetch. And so I did say that I'm not a couponing person, which is true, but another way that I'm kind of leveraging some savings or getting something back is that I do use Fetch, and I scan all of my receipts into Fetch as well as online purchases. So I get points, and those points I can redeem for different gift cards at a lot of different places. So this last one I cashed out and I got a $5 gift card to Amazon. So if you're not using Fetch yet, or you haven't checked that out, I definitely would check that out as another way to just kind of get back, some extra savings, or be able to, get a couple of extra things and stretch your dollars even further. I do have a referral code, which I will put in the description below as well. So if you like the content of this video, you want to see more meal plannings for, a very small family like mine, please give me a thumbs up in the description below. I would also love to hear any kid-friendly recipes that you have. I am collecting all of those, so please comment below if you have, a kid-friendly recipe that your kids love. I would love to explore that. That would be awesome. And then, of course, if you would like to be notified about any future videos that I will be uploading, please be sure to click the subscribe button as well. So wherever you are, I hope you're having a great one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.